what do I think about the Jesse Williams speech? I think it was a good speech overall. It served as the dopest part of the speech to me is when he said the hereafter is a hustle. That's the part that stood out the most to me with the speech. But you know, a speech, we have plenty of speeches. We always hear speeches. I think it was a good speech. It went up against like the opposition. You always have to look at when a person give a speech, what's the opposition? Okay, so it's like the Cavs versus the Warriors. You got this team trying to defeat this team. So if you put a speech forth, who's the competitor? Who's the opposition of the speech? And in this particular speech, the opposition was white supremacy. So I think it did a good job in shining some light on some of the injustices that we receive here in America, and also shining on some light on the cultural appropriation that happens here in America. But like I said, I think that the thing that called me the most when he said the hereafter is a hustle, because we're always taught, we've been taught since slavery, since the inception of this country, that, you know, we shall overcome, or, you know, keep your head to the sky, and then that's where your heaven is where we get our rewards. So we don't really focus on rewards here. So I think that was the part that stood out to me the most. But I think the biggest thing with me was the after effects of the speech, which catapulted the very subject of the speech to show forth what he was actually talking about, and in this term, white supremacy. So of course, if you on the side, like I said, it's two opposing teams. If you're on the side of the white supremacy, which the speech is attacking, or you're on the side of the speech, which you can say white supremacy is attacking. So you got three different positions you can have there. One, you can be indifferent. You don't care either way. It's kind of like me when it comes to sports. I'm not a sports person, so I don't really care when it comes down to the end, when it's the Cavs versus the Warriors. I really don't care who wins. I don't have a dog in that race. I wanted Bron to win because I just believe he represents something more than Curry. But at the end of the day, I didn't have a dog in that race. When I do sports, I bet on numbers. So if the quarter end with a 7 and a 2, I don't care who has 27 or who has 22, just as long as my two numbers come in. But that's how I look at sports. So I'm indifferent. You can be indifferent in the situation, or you could be on the side of what the speech was propagating, which is someone who has experienced the injustices in America, or someone who not necessarily experienced it or sympathize. Let's say someone who does acknowledge their white privilege, and so they don't necessarily sympathize, but they recognize that they had this privilege, so they empathize with the situation. Or you could be the third set, is the people who are, when you attack white supremacy, somehow, some way, the attack of it, if it loses, will be to their detriment. So this could be someone who actually is just a full-fledged racist and 100% in support of white supremacy, or it could be someone who benefits from it. You could have a Stacey Dash, which you gotta expect these people to come out because you're under attack. So if I'm rooting for LeBron and Golden State going hard against LeBron, you're gonna feel me start to buff up to root for my person to come back. So you're gonna expect those sides of it to come out. So you're gonna have the Stacey Dashes and the Whoopi Goldbergs and different people of that nature to go after the speech and try to downplay it or take away from it. I think the only part Whoopi actually mentioned was the appropriation part of it. She started saying something about how we appropriate by wearing blonde hair and things that aren't really appropriations, that are more conditions of our condition that we've been in. So these are more things that actually stem out of self-hatred and propose ideas of beauty that have us doing that. It's not really an appropriation, where she was using how all of us, you know, the women are wearing blonde wigs and different color contacts and nails and stuff, trying to be more like the European style of looking. And I wouldn't call that appropriation. I would call that the results of the condition. But then you're gonna have those who are, like I said, you're gonna have those opposed to it. But then you're gonna have those who are for it, who understand and have lived in the situation with depression. We know what the double sides of the law, the justice system is. We can feel it when a Trayvon Martin get killed, or Tamir Rice. We understand the Sandra Bland. We get all that. So then you have us. Now the most disturbing part that came out of the whole thing, though, to me, in my opinion, was this new wave of like consciousness that I see going on. This shit, it almost took away from the speech, or tried to take away from the speech. brother Jesse Williams, I don't know if because he wasn't known, or a lot of times they talk about just because of the complexion of his skin that it took away from the impact of what he was saying. And we was getting that from the conscious community. We was getting that from people who claim to be conscious. And that's just another form. Like, if you're dealing with attacking white supremacy with the speech, then, of course, like I said, those who identify with white supremacy, you're going to see them ready to buck their heads. But then you also see the condition that they have the rest of us in under white supremacy, that immediately we turned into the divide and conquer the technique, the Willie Lynch technique, whether that was a real letter or not, just the concept of separating people along the smallest of lines. So, man, I was reading shit like, because he was light-skinned, like, oh, I seen the meme, it had the brother, they had Jesse Williams on there, and then it had Umar Johnson, and then it had David Banner on there, and it said that these two big travel of the world teaching this message, but when this light-skinned man stepped up and said it, now everybody is conscious as a result of that message. You see the divide and conquer in that shit? You see what I mean? And the thing of it is that, first of all, just logically thinking about it, if you know who Umar Johnson is right now, it's because you follow and you study Umar Johnson. You're not about to wake up on regular TV. I'm talking about the basics, not even cable. But you'd be hard-pressed to find him on cable unless you catch him on some show where he's talking to somebody else who's dealing with activism. But you're not about to wake up on Channel 4 and shit and see Umar Johnson on Channel 4. His platform is nowhere near the level of the platform of this man, Jesse Williams. Same thing with David Banner. Unless you're familiar with hip-hop from about a decade ago, you really probably don't know who the fuck David Banner is, unless you're looking for David Banner to hear what David Banner has to say. So right then and there, that elevates Jesse Williams to a whole different platform than where the two people y'all comparing him to as, which has absolutely nothing to do with the complexion of his skin. It has to do with his status and his notoriety. So that puts him here in comparison to them right there. And then from that point on, his audience, just because you already know who the motherfucker was, don't mean that the rest of the world, most of you niggas probably don't even watch Grey's Anatomy. You know what I'm saying? You ever see the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants? I never saw that shit. You know what I'm saying? And the majority of the people who've seen Jesse Williams for the first time, that was his first time at the BET Award. But we got to keep in mind, though, what the brother was there for. And the brother was there to collect a humanitarian activist award. So that means if you're getting an award for something, that means you've been the best out of the bunch leading up to that time. So much so you stood out enough for us to honor and recognize you for doing that. So if you got an activist receiving a humanitarian award and he goes to the stage to accept his award, you should only expect that he's going to say some real shit about activism. That's why he's there. So obviously when you talk about the speech and if it would have impacted other people, I heard it compared to the Kendrick Lamar CD, like Kendrick was talking about this on the whole album. Well, first you got to be a Kendrick Lamar fan. If you're not a Kendrick Lamar fan, which you probably find most middle class, upper class white women aren't. However, you have a lot of middle class nurses and doctors who love Grey's Anatomy and been watching it for the 1,000 seasons that it's been on. So they understand him, they see him, they know him. His words will reach further than a Kendrick Lamar album will reach. If anything, you would want to compare his speech to Kendrick Lamar's performance at the Grammys.